People of Uganda and Westnile, you're watching Grand Stories. I'm glad you're viewing this and thank you for following this page. My name is Amviko Sarah and I'm glad we're going to share a lot with you.
Hello people, my name is FRIDAH. We really have a lot for you in store, so keep it there.
So I went to several schools, but what is very interesting is my primary school, because I know so many of us went to the same primary school. It's only primary school that when you step in Arua is the first you see, although there are so many now. Arua Hill Primary School, I also went to Menzori Primary School.
Where?
Yeah, Mentezori Primary School, or some people call Menzori Primary School. It's one of the places, one of the primary schools I went to, and it was such a very nice primary school. Both primary schools, I always say, if I had an opportunity in life again, I want to go back to primary. I feel that things I left I need to go back for.
So which school would you go to?
Arua Hill.
Okay, you may have your reasons for that. Now, I may ask, what is that Amviko? What does it mean?
Amviko means simple, sisterless. Amvio. Amviko, sisterless. So most cases, such names are given when people don't have sisters. So it's a long story.
Okay, you keep it for another time.
All right, tell us about yourself.
Thank you. My name is Lenia. FRIDAH, Lenia means will. Yeah, it's the will of God because we were girls. People were like, why is your mom producing girls? But my dad said it's the will of God. That's why they gave me that name. I went to Paranga Primary School. By the way, I'm a Maracha.
Paranga Primary School.
Yes.
Okay.
So I studied up to P3. I came to Ombachi Primary School. That's where I finished. And then I joined there is a school called Tarantino. It's that side of Ediofe. I didn't finish there. I also joined Mbara for my A-level.
Wait a minute, you had primary, this primary, that primary. This.
Exactly. You know, my dad is a teacher.
Okay.
So they keep transferring them anytime. So that's how I kept changing.
Seems you have a number of experience, but you know what is also very important about this is how best do you describe Westnile? Or can you describe Westnile?
Yes, when it comes to Westnile, I really have a lot to do and I really have a lot to say. First of all, Westnile, like outside that, they know it like it's one of the most hospitable places. By the way, I am also Miss Tourism. You can see the crown on my head. Yeah?
Is that why I do it?
But they changed it nowadays. People greet like that.
Oh, this. All right.
Yes. So Westnile, it's actually a very beautiful place. And I can say a lot about Westnile because Westnile is blessed with most hospitable people, and then it has a number of tourist attractions. If you see in all the districts, at least there is a tourist site, yeah, a tourist site in all the districts. So, and the beauty, the culture, the food people eat, they are all amazing, yeah. Yes.
I always want to tell people Westnile is a business hub. It's a virgin land for business. It's a place that welcomes all. One day I told my friends, Westnile, people fear most is a place where people love visitors more than their own.
Exactly.
Do you know they can give you water as a visitor and their own? You're never a visitor in a Westnile's home, whether you're visiting. But when someone new comes in, there is always attention, care, and so on. So I tell people it's a business hub and it's a place that hosts a number of people. So if you think of doing a business, first of all, we're in a border. We're just, you go to Congo, you find us. You go to Sudan, you find us. So what more to do about that? So that is really one of the things. And one thing, when you talk about Westnile, it's a larger bit of it. So for me, who comes from Terego, I love the fact that Terego has mountain Wati, the mountainian ranges, I mean, every time I look at
that geography, it's so beautiful.
I don't come from the side of water. I come from this side of Biliafe.
So
every other time I have an opportunity to go to Wati side, maybe for funeral, for a function, for a visit, my eyes always like this. And I always say, can someone really give me just a plot of land
so that you build there?
Because I've never thought of buying. I've always thought of someone giving me. So really,
But you need to start thinking of how to.
Let's talk about Maracha.
Exactly. You see, Maracha. One thing I love about Maracha is that there is this insect, the grasshopper.
Okay.
That is our identity. By the way, I've ever eaten it. It's really nice. It's not like Nsenene because it's much bigger, it's fatter than that. So it's one thing that identifies us. And then Maracha has, by the way, there is a pyramid in Maracha. For those who are so into tourism, we really have a lot in Maracha. There is a Lekwa pyramid, yeah? So there is also, we have Mirador Falls. By the way, that guy who named that place, he's the first footballer. And it comes from, he came from Maracha. You get? So that is one unique thing about my land. And then
I have no doubt. Every other time we talk about tourism in Westnile, there seems to be a lot of interest in the side of Maracha, but not only Maracha. If you take a lot of every part of Westnile, there's so much to explore when it comes to tourism. When you talked about eating grasshoppers, it reminded me of one of our neighbor. The first time I saw it in a plate, honestly, I kind of freaked out.
In a plate?
Yeah, because they cooked it with beans, otota. You know that otota? Yes, that one. Yeah. So I used to love eating
otota thing,
so I still do. So this was a point where the neighbors invited you for food, then you're like, do they eat this? That was the first shock of it. It's just like us when we still people associate Terego people with rats, and then you people eat rats. I mean, do you eat rats? We are not the only people who eat rats.
Talk about the rats. Do they eat these rats that are inside, or there is a specific?
We eat rats. I don't know how to tell it for you, but it's
quite big, right?
Yeah, it's quite big. It's nice, They roast it a little, they paste it. Depends on how you want to.
Then they mix, they prepare kalo and enjoy it, right?
Nyasa. Yes, nyasa. Whatever. So it's a very beautiful and nice thing to taste, but also I believe we're not the only ones who eat rats. Sure. So a number of people do eat that. So that's the most beautiful part of the fact that I'm from Terego. I identify myself with the rat. I actually made for myself a t-shirt written on made of Terego blood. So every time I move with that t-shirt, there's that kind of attention, made of Terego blood. First of all, they read that, then they look at your face, and then the next thing is
wondering. People are not so proud of where they come from.
I'm so proud.
When you do that, there is a way you look unique about it, and it inspires many. Yeah. So how many people have asked you to make something with their identity? By
the way, just yesterday I met a lady who was like, hey, where can I get this t-shirt? And then I'm like, okay, I made it from 303 or 303 stores. Okay. So I was like, okay, I think I should be in business in partnership with 303 stores. Exactly. Otherwise, it's a beautiful one, but the picture of it is identifying yourself from where you come from. So it's a very beautiful thing to always identify yourself. Why I always want to go out to identify myself as somebody from Terego or from Westnile or Lugbara is I always kind of, those sarcastic questions people ask you, you mean you're from Terego? You mean you're a Westniler? You mean you're a Lugbara? You mean Lugbaras look like you?
Exactly.
I'd be like, damn it. It's more of racism. People say.
Yeah, because there is a picture that is they associate us with what they believe is all of us are dark. Forgetting that we have one God who even created the brown people. So we are here to prove them wrong, right?
Yeah. So definitely in life we all have a purpose.
Exactly.
And a purpose to live, or a purpose, whatever we have. In your picture of life, I don't know what you would say about having a purpose in life.
Now you see, people have purposes in life and they keep changing. By the way, like when we were growing, we could say that, me, I used to say I want to be a nurse. Yeah, I would admire nurses. I loved their crown, I loved the uniforms and all that. So I grew up saying that I want to be a nurse. But as I kept growing, my ambition or my thinking or what I want started changing. You get? So one cannot really fix him or herself to one purpose. We have very many things to do. We have purpose to live, education, everything, but we need to embrace what comes. And once you get that, you shouldn't stop there. You get? So we keep expanding, we keep exploring, because this is our life, we have to live it. So there is a lot to life.
I would say my purpose in life is to live to the fullest, to enjoy my space, to see that as I enjoy it, people around me also enjoy it. So it doesn't matter what way it is, but it is to really enjoy my space to the fullest. And I believe for now I am living it because I own my space, I work for it, I do everything that my purpose of life is to see myself happy,
and
because
keep the people
give the people
happy.
Otherwise when you look at whatever that is happening, if you don't own your space to be happy, it's totally a very hard field to be in. But if you own it, you know your purpose of living, no matter the situations, we're going to have ups and downs in life, but if you know your purpose, you'll always be happy, you'll always be striving to see that you move on and you enjoy your life.
Sure, because happiness you can't guarantee. It's supposed to be you to make yourself happy. You get? Because many times people associate happiness maybe with you making me happy. You get? But first of all, happiness starts with you, then the people around you. Yeah.
Do you remember? It's a very common question people ask all of us. Ask all of us that what is that one thing in life, if given a chance again, you would change?
One thing I will want to change is the mentality of people about Westnile. As we have just said, that people think Westniles are rude, they are black, they are heartless. You get? Not knowing that, like, the conditions, because before you judge someone, you need to know maybe the conditions associated with that person. First of all, Westnile went a lot, like through a lot. You get? In the past, we had wars and all that, so it built us to face what is in this region. That's why we look fierce and strong, not to destroy people, but the situation made us that. But it doesn't mean that we are fierce, yes, but we are strong people. That's the truth, and I am very proud of that, because we really, first of all, strength alone. Westnile fights for its own people. Like now, like the skin color, people always feel that we are dark skinned. So viewers, we are telling you today that these two people you're seeing here, we are Westnilers. So it doesn't mean that we are all dark skinned. We have one God. We have very brown people, fair complexions, very beautiful. So you shouldn't be scared when you see beautiful people coming from our land, because we have them and you're yet to see them. There are very many.
I always say color is a very beautiful thing, and whether you are light skin, whether you're bright color, what is very important is the love you have for yourself. So I always don't take when people say that picture like dark or black or what, blue, green, whatever color you have.
They have introduced one, they call it gray.
So that is it. My color, it doesn't matter, it doesn't affect me. And I always tell people, love who you are, accept who you are, choose who you are, love it to the fullest. And when you love yourself for who you are, trust me, it doesn't matter what any other person tells you.
Exactly.
So it won't change anything. I always say, if I had an opportunity to to change something or a chance to change something, for me, the beautiful thing I would say is mindset. I feel everything that surrounds us is mindset. I wish I could go into everyone's brain and say, switch it, always switch it to positivity, because that's where you feel like I should go into your mind and I say, hey, relax, let it go, okay? Hey, don't think that way. It's not the only way you're going to choose, because that's an opportunity. But above all, what is more important to me is the fact of the gender roles in the society. Sometimes I feel I should have been born 50 years or long ago, that a world where we feel our gender does not in any way separate who we are, that we need to coexist. We need to build a field where the men and women feel equally treated in the society. It's a fight that will take years. I would die and it will never happen. But if I had that opportunity way back, I would want to see a world where we respect each other regardless of your sex, whether you're a man or you're a woman, you're a boy or you're a girl. But that is one thing, if I had an opportunity in life, really, I would really also love to see that we push that mindset that this is this, this is that. So yeah,
that's nice, because I'm also an activist, like for women and girls. Like we maybe I may here specify about the girl child. I know we have faced very many problems, discrimination, tortures and all that, but now it is us to change the society we live in, and the people around us. It starts with me and you. So like when we talk about gender-based violence, something like that, we are talking about the equality. We need equality. We can't overtake the men, that's one thing, but they cannot also like sit on us. What they can do, we can do. Maybe that's a very tough
quote. When you say what men can do, women can do.
Some misquote it. Can you marry?
It's a very tough discussion when that particular quote there.
Do you know what Luke Baravazon says?
No.
Me do me, can me do me my. You get? Did you marry me or I married you? You get? But now here in our land, they will say it is.
Okay.
That is it. But we really need that equality. We need to be treated like people, not like women or men aside, but we really need to be treated like people.
Something we best want to think about. It's a question everyone asks. It's a question I personally don't have an answer to. But why do ladies always go for the bad guys, getting it up from the Westnile hook, moving it to why do you really